Doing well, doing well. I wanted to ask, Michigan State has a really good pass rush. What stuff can you guys do as coaches from a play calling standpoint to help your players mitigate that?
Well, if with football, when they have great pass rushers, screens help offset it. Moving the pocket helps offset good pass rushers because you move the launch point, add people into the protection, whether it's backs and tight ends with chipping, quick game, run the ball at those pass rushers. Would you like me to keep going? There's quite a few things you can do. But
what does running the ball at the pass rushers do?
Pardon me?
What does running the ball at the pass rushers do?
It makes them have to not rush up the field.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll go to Ben.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Ben, what's happening, man?
Not much. So, Saturday will mark 1 year since Dante Demas had the injury against Iowa. Big picture, how can you describe his progression, not only through this season, but, leading up to this 1 year mark?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing when you think about, like you said, a year anniversary is the fact that he's back and has been back for, quite some time. A testament to his work ethic. But I also would say that though statistically, maybe not on the track that he was at the point going into his injury, he's still offering so much more to this team and has been a great asset from a leadership standpoint, a toughness standpoint, the things we're asking him to do. And again, even if he's at 85%, Dante Demas is better than 100% of a lot of other guys in the country. And so I think you'll see him continue to get better as the season goes on, because, the more time he has, the stronger he gets. And, we've kind of brought him along somewhat on a pitch count, watching how much load we have on him. But now that we're into the Big Ten season, I would imagine he's going to continue to get stronger with each practice, with each day, and I can see his contribution increasing as we move forward.
We'll go to Emily.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hey, Em, how are you?
Good. I'll ask your favorite question. Was Rakim able to practice at all this week?
Yeah, he was. He actually was able to have a practice yesterday. He will still be a game time decision for us, as will our quarterback will be a game time decision, as all of the coaches in this league have decided to do. So I'll stay right in line with those game time decisions.
And then I was going to ask about Ty Felton. I know when you were talking about the mistake after the game, it sounded like a very easy correction type mistake. How do you go about that with particularly young players? I guess not immediately just removing them from the role, but letting them try to make the correction and not make them afraid of making mistakes, I guess, if that makes sense.
Fine line. It's a fine line between correcting the mistake. If it becomes more than once, it becomes a habit. And when they become habits, that's where you remove the habit or remove the person. And so we've put the ball on the ground in 2 consecutive weeks on kickoff return, which are offensive possessions, and it's put our team in some tough situations. And we just can't do that on special teams, let alone any side of the ball. Anytime you turn it over, it creates issues, and we can't be a team that gives people those type of opportunities like we have.
We'll go to Josh.
Hey, how you doing, Coach?
Hey, Josh.
I know you just mentioned turnovers, and Michigan State, leads the conference with 5.5 fumbles or so. So I just wanted to know what has been going into the week to, protect the ball.
It's something we talk about all the time, Joshua. Ball protection is paramount. We have not done a great job of not turning it over the last couple of games, but our defense has helped us by creating turnovers as well, which we need to have. Still feel like the winning formula for us is to create turnovers and limit them on offense and create them on defense. And then with the big plays, create them on offense and limit them on defense. And if we win those 2 battles, typically you'll you'll win the game. And so we'll continue to work we do turnover circuits every day that we practice. We stress the importance of taking care of the football. We chart what we consider our margin of error on the offensive side of the ball every practice, which are self-inflicted wounds, to ensure that we're not beating ourselves, and we'll continue to do those things.
We'll go to Noah.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Noah, what's up, man?
Weather reports are calling for some rain on Saturday. Does the
humbug.
does the inclement weather cause any differences in preparation at all from a typical game?
It does. Ball security becomes even more important. Not that it's not important. How you catch the ball. We actually took care of yesterday. We had a couple of our different periods where we utilized wet balls, where we sprayed the balls down before we snapped them. So the quarterback and receivers have to be used to operating with wet footballs. As a receiver, when the ball is wet, those gloves that they manufacture nowadays aren't great. So we talked to them about the importance of, using their hands, and then even when in traffic, body catching at times to secure the ball. Talk on the defensive side of a wet ball, a wet field, the importance of having your feet underneath you. So again, we hope that this thing passes through, but we prepared and we've worked during training camp. We've had some wet days where we've stayed out there and not run into the indoor facility in an effort to prepare us for these type of games.
We'll go back to Josh.
Coach, I had a question about Darrell Tommy, another player that returned from injury this year. Can you just give your thoughts on him and what he brings to the team?
Yeah, Darrell's, again, kind of maybe have gotten off to a slow start statistically. I know most people know and know of him as a pass rusher, but has really improved his ability to play the run, which is something we needed to see out of him. Has done a really good job the last couple of weeks with just attacking the blocks upfield. We'd love to see him get after the quarterback this week. It's going to be really important that we increase the pass rush opportunities for him by playing well on first and second down. But again, like you said, coming back off of a knee injury, it's great to have a guy with his type of experience back helping us on defense.
We'll go back to Varun.
Hey, Coach, wanted to ask about Jayshon Jones. He played a lot against Michigan and played a lot in the slot as well. What went into that decision, and what have you seen from him so far this year?
Happy with Jayshon's return, one of our more productive receivers, probably one of the more natural route runners that we have, has shown the ability to make big plays since the time he stepped on campus. He plays an off-the-ball receiver position, so when you say slot, he plays the Z position, which is off the ball, which anybody that plays in the slot or the Z have the ability to move guys around. We formation them, so it's not as if he's playing a different position. We have the ability to formation guys to put them where we feel we need them to on a particular play. He's kind of mastered our system, having been around here for some time since we've gotten here, and really, like I said, it's been really productive coming off of his injury.
Thank you.
No problem.
For our last one, we'll go back to Ben.
Coach, I'm curious, just how valuable has the infusion of freshmen been on the defensive end? Not only Jayshon, but Caleb, Gavin, Lionel as well. How valuable has that been? And, in terms of them growing up fast and in terms of, the heart of Big Ten play, just what are your big picture thoughts there?
Yeah, it's great to be able to play young players. You hit on the ones that you get a chance to see, but we've also played Colton Deary on the offensive line quite a bit for us as we try to bring him along and develop him, and then the receivers from Octavian to, these young guys that were playing, the young running back, Ramon Brown. So as I've always said, we are a program that's always in the mode of developing the skill players and the players behind our starters, because as we find pretty quickly in this game, they're a play away from being your starters. And so any opportunity we have to play young players, if they can be productive and create value for us, in any of the three phases. We're always going to continue to try to do that.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.